Most people are wasting time chasing entry-level data analyst roles and wondering why they're still stuck on the job market. They're told start small, rack up certs, and settle for any job they can find. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Entry-level roles in data are becoming extinct. Companies simply don't want to hire beginners anymore. They want people with high-impact skills that go beyond the basics and real experience. And that's the part no one tells you. It's no longer enough to just learn the skills anymore. But the good news is you don't have to go back and get another expensive and outdated master's degree. And you don't need another certificate. You just need a smarter approach. And in this video, I'm going to break down the 3 steps that you need to pivot into data analytics the right way and actually position yourself for mid and senior level roles with less competition that pay you what you're worth. And if you stick around till the end, I'm going to show you exactly how to add your very own data analytics consulting experience to your resume, even if no one's hired you yet. If this is your first time here, my name is Kadisha. I used to deliver pizzas, and now I deliver insights as a self-taught data scientist, and I've coached other career changers how to break into data without going back to school. And I'm here to teach you how to do the same. If you ever want to work with me one-on-one to help you land your data analyst role in 6 months, click the link in the description and let's get you hired ASAP. Now let's get into it. Let's talk about the #1 reason most aspiring data analysts get stuck. They stop at the basics. You learn some Excel, you run a few select statements in SQL, and maybe you built a dashboard in Tableau. You slap it on your resume and start applying. But let me be clear, that's no longer enough anymore. Companies don't pay high salaries for surface level skills. They pay for people who can solve business problems, automate processes, and communicate insights clearly. That's what real analysts do. If you want to break into this field and not just land any job, but a role that pays you what you're worth, you need to master a few skills that go beyond the beginner tutorials. Let's start with SQL. 9 out of 10 data analysts use SQL as their primary language at work. So if you're stuck fumbling through basic queries, that's a red flag to any hiring manager. You need to be comfortable with joins, CTE, subqueries, window functions, because that's how businesses actually access and shape their data. SQL isn't optional, it's the price of entry. Then there's Python. Roughly 70% of analysts use Python regularly. And the reason is simple. Excel doesn't scale. You cannot clean, combine, and automate real-world data with spreadsheets alone. Python lets you build pipelines, automate cleaning, and handle datasets that would crush your laptop in Excel. If you can do all that, congrats, you're no longer a beginner. That gets you noticed. Now let's talk about data storytelling. And here's where you gain a massive leverage. 85% of hiring managers say data visualization and storytelling are essential, yet most candidates simply can't do it well. They throw together dashboards without context or clutter slides with charts that no one understands. But this can be your edge, because when you can take messy data and turn it into a clear, confident narrative that drives action, you instantly rise to the top of the competition. So let's be clear, these aren't just skills, they're signals. They tell hiring managers, I don't need handholding, I can deliver. And in a competitive job market, that's exactly what gets you hired. So step 2. Now let's address one of the biggest mistakes I see career changers make when they try to pivot into data. They underestimate the value of the experience they already have. They think, well, I wasn't a data analyst before, or I don't have data analyst on my resume, so none of it matters. But they're wrong. You don't need the title data analyst on your resume to prove you've done data analytical work. What you need is the ability to translate your past into the language of business impact. Let me give it to you straight. Every job has data. The thing is, you weren't calling it that. Were you building reports, creating processes, identifying patterns, making recommendations? Boom, that's your analysis. You might have done it in Excel. You might have done it through intuition and experience. It doesn't matter. Your job now is to reframe that experience into value the market understands. If you were in HR and tracked employee retention, talk about the insights you uncover that reduce turnover. If you worked in retail and noticed sales drop in a specific region, talk about how you investigated it and what changed. If you manage schedules, optimize routes, or coordinated shipments, guess what? You were solving data problems. You just didn't call it that. It isn't about exaggerating, it's about translating. And when you combine real world experience with the high impact skills that I talked about earlier, you're no longer someone looking to break in. You've now become someone who's already operating like a mid level analyst. I've had students go from admin roles, warehouse shifts, and classroom teaching to high paying analyst roles because they stop minimizing what they've already done and learn how to package it properly. So don't start from zero. Start from where you actually are and then build forward. All right, step 3. Here is the big ticket to go from entry level without waiting for someone to give you permission. Do real analytics work for a local nonprofit. That's it. That's the move. If you don't have experience, create it by offering free data analytics consulting to local organizations that actually need it. Reach out to your local nonprofits in your community. It could be a local shelter, food bank, community program, any organization that collects data. And trust me, they all do. Event signups, volunteer hours, donor contributions, most of it lives in messy Excel files, and they'll gladly let you help if it means better decisions for them. You take their data, learn their pain points, analyze it, and present clear insights in the form of a dashboard and a slide deck. Real data, real impact, and real results. Here's the key. Do it all in under 30 days. This isn't some long, unpaid internship. It's a short, high leverage project that shows exactly what you can do. And the best part, this goes straight on your resume, straight on LinkedIn. You're no longer saying, hey, I just took a course, I just took a boot camp. Now you're saying, I've helped a nonprofit make better decisions with data. That shifts your story entirely. And that's how you prove you can deliver. And that's how you get hired. So let's bring it all together. If you want to break into data analytics, skip the entry level trap and stop following the old advice. Master the high impact skills that get you hired, reframe your past experience to show value, and create your own consulting wins instead of waiting for someone to hand you a job. Because this market doesn't reward potential, it rewards proof. And the good news, you can start building your proof today. Without another degree, without spending 10K on a boot camp, and without waiting for someone to give you a shot. If this resonated with you and you're serious about making that pivot and want help applying everything I just shared, check the link in the description. Got some free training and info on how we can work together. But until next time, keep building, keep learning, and stop playing small. See you in the next one.